Alright, so this is a video. First off, you can tell I'm somewhere different. I'm actually at my store, so you guys know I'm not blowing smoke up. This is basically where I do most of my gaming, Street Fighter included. For those who don't pay attention, I don't have a 360 myself. I don't have it. It's technically the store's, so I'll come in here before hours, play a bit, go home. Occasionally I'll go to my neighbor's house, play over there, but usually I do it here. I felt like doing this little update, kind of reply to what, it's Ryoto Nitsuma. They had an interview with him about the new Capcom vs. game, which I actually played the Japanese version of at AMA Boston, and I'm actually going to be looking forward to that when it's US released. I personally loved his response, which was, let me read it down here. When they asked if any of the characters they felt was overpowered, his response was, "Well, first of all, I might have to apologize. Does he involve being slightly blinded and scarred?" Capcom apparently very much knows that Sagat came out the gate a little overpowered, but the videogamer.com review also interviewed a couple actual, players, and made a couple points in that if you're a good player, you can beat a good Sagat. Or a good Seth, really. And a lot of the top players don't really play him. Pongyo plays Ryu. Io plays Dhalsim. Daigo plays Ryu. Then we had the US championships over here. And we saw Rufus, we saw Nakuma, we saw Ryu, and we saw a Viper. But we didn't see a Sagat. Overseas, I know in Europe, there's a lot of Sagats, and if you go to a tournament around your area, there's a lot of Sagats. So I thought about it, is we don't see a lot of them at, a lot of the national, world levels. They pop up, but why don't we see more at that sort of high-level play, but we see them all the time mid-tier? Best explanation I can make is the amount of work that it goes into. Not to say that good Sagat players don't put a lot of effort into it, but the learning curve for Sagat, I feel, is very shallow. It's very easy to pick him up. Juggle you into an Ultra by just sneezing. That really doesn't help matters. Now oppose that to someone like a Ryu, who does have a lot of ways to juggle into the Ultra, but he actually, has to work at it. What I mean here is, say a Sagat player hits you with a knee or his regular uppercut. There's enough hang time for him to just spam out the Ultra. A Ryu, he can do an EX uppercut, but he'll have to dash cancel out of it to hit you with the Ultra. Or to do a further combo, EX cancel into Ultra. That actually takes practice. Now again, I'm not saying all Sagat players are bad. There is a large number that are bad. Not all of them, but there's a large quantity of them. Make them look bad via association. Logically, it would seem to me, if you had to put more effort and more work into a character to get them up to a level, like a high level of play, then you've seen all the bits of frame rate, you know every little aspect about them, what their moves can do, what opponents can do to you with those moves, and you become a better player because of it. It's the experience. A bad Sagat player will learn his 3 moves and just spam those out, and he won't really learn from it. A good Sagat player will, try and combo. He'll learn from it. That Ultra is crazy hitbox, crazy damage. There's a lot of Sagat that maybe needs to be kind of like just tweaked, just a little. All right. I know I got one Sagat player who will, argue me otherwise, but it really comes down to really the amount of experience and work you have to put into a character, and especially someone like a Viper has to put a lot of work into that character. Try just picking up Viper, it doesn't work like that. One last little tidbit, I know Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is going to be downloadable, a couple weeks. It'll be good times. I'll have to pick up and relearn the game. I have the PS2 copy, so I'll be probably playing that all next week. But I'm kind of curious. Like, here's a general question for you guys, if you really want to respond. Who's your team? Who's your team of three? Personally, I don't think I'm going to change my team. I played a lot of Marvel vs. Capcom 1, like an incredible amount of it. So I initially picked up Gambit and War Machine, and then I picked up Tron Bonne because Tron Bonne's my girl. So, what's your team? Who's going to be your crazy team of three?